Hey guys, King and Charmanders here. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And this is the ultimate Pink Rathian hunting guide. And here's my resume with hardcore AR grinding gameplay. I slayed 16 Black Diablos soloed, I believe that's still a world record for the Diablos invasion event, and I saw 19 Black Diablos in 6 hours. That was the time the event was up. I have 4,000 plus in-person Pokemon Go raids in multiple cities and states. During the time I was doing all of these, I was in active duty military, and then when I separated, I went from Cheyenne to California. So I was active duty military arranging raids, and when I got out, I was still arranging raids. It was a great time, but I was also the designated driver of multiple Pokemon Go events and raids over 7 years. I've ran multiple raid chains, I've handled and group led. Oh my god, it's so much that I don't even want to. But yeah, I'm pretty confident to say I am the most experienced Monster Now content creator with this type of high-level grinding gameplay in any AR gaming environment. And here are the prerequisites. You must master or at least know a majority of Rathian's attack patterns. My Rathian's attacks guide is also in the video description below if you need a reference. All attacks, best tips and tricks, guide below, video reference. Go visit if you don't know it, or know all of Rathian's attacks. And some sort of motor transportation. A bike will do, but it's a lot slower. Yes, you need a car, yes, you need an electric bike or scooter. Still slower than a car, but a bike will be the slowest. So yes, make sure you have a good car in good condition. Well, we're gonna get to that in a second.
Let's pay darts a visit.
Sounds good to me.
What's going on here? What are you two doing in this car?
What do you think we're doing? We're buying in.
What? I don't have time to play games, young man. I think this should cover it. Huh? Keep the change. Get back here. There goes my job. Or maybe not.
Alright, so you might not need like a Ferrari 360 like Seto Kaiba. If you've watched that episode, we could be friends because that was I love that scene. That scene was hilarious. Here's the power of my credit card and my money, so I will buy it. But yes, you don't need a Ferrari 360 like Seto Kaiba, but these are a must if you want maximum efficiency for hunting Pink Rathian. A well-maintained car with experience driving it. I'm not talking about you pick this thing off the lot. No, I'm talking about you've driven this thing at least for a couple of months to a year, and it is well-maintained. So, yes. And you must need expert knowledge of the city or city you will be playing in. Example, parks, housing, places you can park. If you are serious about this grind, then you are not going to stay in the rural town you are in. You will travel to another city, and you will use that city or cities to go out and grind and find Pink Rathian. And it is preferred to know the layout of multiple cities and connections to those cities. Know the layout, know where everything is. Like I said in the previous one, example, parks, housing, places you can park, malls, shopping districts, etc. It is preferred to know those layouts. What I mean by connections as well is connections to those cities is the back roads and or freeway entrances that go to those cities. Is there a way for you to get to another city or the opposing city as much as possible, as fast as possible, and with the least amount of resistance? So there's not a lot of traffic, there's not a lot of people going by. And that leads on to my next requirement, which is a must. Avoid extremely busy cities and downtown areas like San Francisco. This isn't Pokemon Go. You're not going to get spawns pop up when you slow down. No, you need to be able to go really fast from one point to another and cruise or just zoom down, finding Pink Rathians left and right. Because we're going to cover a large amount of area. We're not covering a small amount of area. Like San Francisco. Just use that as an example. That's overkill, but you know what? San Francisco, things like San Francisco, Chicago's a pretty busy city as well. London's a big one if you are in England. London, but yeah. Anything busy? No. 40 miles or more traveling radius between one city or multiple cities. So you want a really big area that you can go in between. Spawns reset every 3 hours, so you can, after you're done covering that one, you can just reset and do your loop. So we're just going to reset and do our loop over and over again, but yes, you need a big amount of area if you want to hunt a lot of Pink Rathians, and knowing the last one, and this is probably the most important one, know where all your bathrooms are. If you like know number 2 with the expert knowledge, you know where all your public bathrooms are. This is a must, because no matter how much you want to hold in, etc., making sure that you know where your bathrooms are very important, just in case there's an emergency. And here's a visual example. This is a 4-city layout: San Leandro, San Lorenzo, Hayward, and Castro Valley, California. This is a place where I've grinded in and Pokemon Go, and I know a lot of the ins and outs of it. And I've killed a lot of Rayquazas around here. But yes, it's a 4-city layout, a huge amount of mileage between everywhere over here. I know where the connections are, etc. This is why you see that arrow right there. There's the freeway right there, 580 and 238. Those are connections that will connect to the multiple cities. There's also backway entrances like Hampton Road, and there's there's multiple different streets that can connect and put you into the different cities. So there's multiple back roads, etc. if the freeway is backed up or if there's traffic. So multiple ins and outs, connections, easy. Also, as you see, there's another area right there, downtown. Upper B Street is a downtown area. It's not super busy, but it is downtown. There's a lot of places to park, so it is a great area. Like I mentioned, if it's not busy during the weekends, downtown is an option. But also, there's also a lot of parking over there, and there's a lot of ways for you to go in and out. So, downtown area, know my way around it. Like I mentioned, expert knowledge. The circles are all the cities. Right there, Old San Leandro. If you go up, that's just the main central of San Leandro, Castro Valley, San Lorenzo, and Hayward. Those are circled. Key to the top right. And for the second key, it is squares. Those are the residential districts. As you see right there, those are my squares. Those are the big residential districts that you have plenty of parking, aren't super packed, and I definitely will be able to find a lot of Pink Rathian and have plenty of opportunities to park, and my internet doesn't cut off. So those are the most important areas that I know of. As far as public bathrooms, like I mentioned with the diamonds, we have Target. So Target's a public bathroom area. There also are 4 different parks around that have bathroom access. Castro Valley Community Park has one, San Leandro Pickleball Court has one, Target, and down there at Kennedy Park. Japanese Gardens also has one, but it's like hit or miss. Like last time I went there, it was closed. So yes, know your bathrooms. Very important. Those are pretty far spread apart, but as long as you're driving by, zooming past, you could check all 4 of those and then reset and then just make a route to where you can encounter and make sure that you have enough mileage in between them so that if you need to go to the bathroom, there you go, you have bathrooms. And here's a list of things to have when you're driving. A driver's license. This is pretty obvious. If you do not have a license, you cannot drive. Well, you probably know how to drive, but you cannot drive legally. A driving level over 9,000. Seriously, if you're going to be a driver, you need to be confident in your defensive driving skills and experience. Everyone that's like, oh my gosh, like don't drive when you play, etc. You probably either one. You shouldn't be on the road to begin with because you suck at driving. That's just to be blunt because a lot of people suck at driving. You're probably one of them. And you don't have experience. I have like 200 plus hours, and not just me, but also leading multiple cars and multiple groups. So I have had cars follow me so that we could go raids, etc. In the military, I've had an extensive amount of experience driving government-owned vehicles. I've driven in Afghanistan, I've driven very important persons, VIPs, and in special operations, we got to drift and do a bunch of stuff like gators. So I do know how to duck, dodge, dive, and weave around different places. I can drift as well, my car isn't built for that, but if you're drifting, you shouldn't be drifting if you're trying to get to a Pink Rathian. No, it's not worth it. Even though it's pretty cool, no, don't do it. Multiple battery banks, preferably 2000 mAh or more. If you have or USB cable chargers. If you have the cable charging car, that's fine. I would bring one battery bank just in case something happens, or if you don't have enough like multiple USB slots. So yeah, bring a battery bank or multiples, even if you are driving. It's useful. Air conditioning. Your phone will overheat. It's a hot day. This one's a pretty obvious one. Under that annoying warning that says your phone cannot operate if it's super hot. Yes, you need AC. It's incredible. You like for sure, unless you're bringing like an ice pack or something like that to cool your phone. And one of the most important things is water. Water. You need to hydrate. Drink water. Water is good for you. Not too much so you don't go to the bathroom too often, but yes, drink water. Not coffee or anything like that. No, water. Full tank of gas is preferred, and full air on tires. This limits interruptions. This allows you to get tractions. Ensure you don't have a blown tire over there, and you don't have to fill up on gas. And here's an optional one, a small vehicle. This allows for easy parking, sharply turning corners. I drive a Honda Fit Sport. They don't make those anymore. It's a amazing freaking vehicle. I love it to death, and it's kept me and my friends safe for years of doing AR game grinding, etc. So yes, I love my car, and a small one is preferred because it's very valuable, especially for parking. And here's my driving guide for solo players. One hand on the wheel, other hand free. If you can't do this, don't recommend you drive because you don't meet the expert driver requirements I mentioned before. You need to be able to multitask. You need to have one hand on the wheel at all times and the other hand being able to swipe freely, etc., zoom in and out, and move your map around. With that being said, you also need to be an expert at reading Monster Hunter Now map and Google Maps. Having Google Maps is very valuable, like my last tip you're going to see here. And, of course, you need to be able to quickly identify Pink Rathians and be able to differentiate different monsters, etc. So with that, you are an expert. If you are not, unfortunately do not. You are not an expert solar player driver. Take advantage of red lights if you know fast and slow red light times. Red lights have different timings. I'm sure you all of you that are expert drivers that know your area know that one light that takes forever to go through. Take advantage of that. If you know one's going to be fast, then make sure that you make a left turn lane, etc., so that monsters pop back up. They fix that exploit plot that you do before, so you can't do it anymore. So you need to be able to slow down, find your areas so that you can have monsters pop back up on the map. If you have Apple CarPlay, it's a really useful tool that allows you to see Google Maps at the same time. So when you see a monster and you click on a monster on the later test in this video, and you are keeping a Pink Rathian on your screen because you can't kill it and park near there, Apple CarPlay will allow you to see your Google Map on your Google Map on your car screen, where your Bluetooth is, etc. So with that HUD and with that GUI, you'll be able to see that. So yes, it's very valuable if you can use it. If you can use Apple CarPlay, use it. If Pink Rathian has a place where you can't park, try to click on it and drive to where you can. Monsters on your screen won't disappear if you drive away from them. This goes back to my Apple CarPlay guide, whichever one you want to call it. If you have a Pink Rathian, you can click on it and then use Google Maps to be able to find a way you could park, or being able to find that residential area, etc., so that you can park, kill the Pink Rathian, and then you can go and move on to the next one. And here's my driving guide with a party, which means there are 2 or more of you in the car. The one riding shotgun is the navigator. They're in charge of telling you where things are so you can focus on driving. This person should be an expert at directions if you are terrible at directions. I'm semi-terrible at directions if I don't know where I'm going, so my friend at shotgun, whenever I play Pokemon Go, one of my best friends, he's always made fun of me. Or he's like, really, did you miss that part? I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, you're right, but yeah. Have them be an extra set of eyes for stoplights, etc. If you are focused on something else, etc., they can be the second set of eyes. It is never a bad thing to have a second set of eyes to scan for you. Pink Rathians will spawn in the same location during the event for the same players, so they can battle for you with 2 phones till you find a place to park. This saves time unless you are doubling up, which is the next guide tip below. Again, Pink Rathians will spawn in the same location for you. They will also be the same level. So I've seen some people on like Discord say like, oh, they're different levels. No, they have no idea what they're talking about because they obviously have never encountered it with an alternate level. You will encounter Pink Rathians at the same level and in the same location during the event, so you can double up on them if you're using an alt phone, if you're a solo. But if you're a party, you can double up on Rathians and rotate every 2 spawns. So yes, with a party, one person can kill it, and then you can join your other person in the car. You can join their Rathian and double up on Pink Rathians. Then you can rotate on the next one so that both of you double up on Rathians. So every 2 spawns you get 4 kills. Every 2 spawns you get double the kills for each of you. And the example, you kill one, then they invite you to kill theirs so that you get 2 kills for that 1 spawn. And then you can rotate on the next one so that's fair and it balances out. And here's my guide if you're using a bike, electric bike / scooter, gas bike / scooter, or a motorcycle. Bikes are the slowest, bring multiple battery packs, plenty of water, and clip bars for fuel. Depending on your fitness level and your weather situation, you might need multiple brakes as well. So it's the slowest in efficiency, but if it's all you got, it's what you got. Electric bikes / scooters are limited in efficiency because you have to charge after a certain distance. They're only useful if you're playing for a short amount of time. Bring the same things I mentioned for bikes. Yes, electric bikes and scooters, they're a popular thing now. However, most of them can, I think like it's what, 20, 40 miles, etc. or something like that. But yes, you have to charge them out for a certain amount of time. So if you're only going for a short amount of time, or if you're going to take breaks, electric scooters / bikes are very useful. Gas-powered bikes and scooters will need to refuel, but you can go for as long as you want. So yes, they'll be able to go for as long as you want. But yes, gas-powered bikes and scooters, that's the only thing about them. Motorcycles are the closest things to cars. However, try to wear full protective gear. Bring the same things I mentioned for bikes as well. So yes, for everything, bring the same thing for bikes. Make sure you bring water, make sure you bring some food or clip bars, etc. So for energy, and battery banks so that you can charge your phone. But yeah, full protection gear. And for any of these, make sure you are wearing a helmet. Of course, safety first, make sure you are wearing a helmet if you're using these. It's also much difficult to play using these because what you will need, you 100% need a phone mount if you're going to use any of these methods I mentioned above. So make sure you have these, and yes, be careful. And here are biome sizes. I like to divide them into 2 different categories because it's the simplest way to explain this. You have small and large biomes. Biomes are typically cut in diamond patterns. Small biomes are usually a small diamond, so 1 diamond, or 2 diamond, 2 connected diamonds, like you see in the example you see in the middle screen right here. There's a small one, it can be a singular diamond, or 2 diamonds connect to each other in 2 different ways. Large biomes are huge areas with the same biome. These are the ones you want to go after the most. I'll give you a bigger tip on that on the next one, but yes, large biomes are the ones you want to see the most. Here's an important tip. You can see which biomes you're in by looking at the color even if you are speed capped. If you are speed capped, you can still see the color of the biome you're in. Zoom all the way out to take full advantage of this. So you can still see, again, the color of the biome even when you're speed capped. So zoom all the way out, you can still see which color biome you're in, and those are the ones you want to go after for whatever monster you are hunting. Just in case you don't know, here's the colors. Brown equals desert, green is forest, and purple is swamp. You can also use mining notes to tell biomes apart as well. Fossil will be desert, vegetation will be forest, and mining will be swamp. And here's some additional tips and tricks. Small biomes are still worth looking at if you find easy parking. You might find a Pink Rathian. I found Black Diabloses in small biomes before. That singular diamond can have a Pink Rathian, so yes, go look for it. And large biomes are what you want to find the most. You have the biggest likelihood of finding a double Pink Rathian spawn or more in those large biomes. This is where I frequently found my double Black Diablos. So yes, large biomes, those are the ones you want to go after. You see a big, large forest one, go after it, find it, and scour it and investigate all of it. And that goes on my next tip. Look everywhere. Do not leave a biome, don't leave a biome or a large biome without making sure you have looked at all of it entirely. You might find a Pink Rathian at the least expected place, like in the far corner. I found Black Diablos in there before, hits in the far corner. I'm like, wow, you know, if I didn't go further, I would have never found this one. And it is worth skipping a Pink Rathian and finding another one if it is hard to reach that you do not know anything about that area. If you don't know anything about that area and it's hard to reach, it's worth skipping that Pink Rathian. I skipped one I couldn't kill Black Diablos at the time anyways, but I skipped one Black Diablos completely. I didn't even try to paintball or find it just because it was in a place where it's a closed off area. You can still access it, but it's super annoying. It's not worth going after. Yes, if you find something like this, do not go after that Pink Rathian. It saves time. I went after one in a bridge once, like going across a bridge and going over and like on a trail, but I only went after it because I knew that trail. If I was gonna get lost on that trail, I would have never went to that trail to get that Black Diablos. Hopefully this guide does help you out if you're trying to drive and grind Pink Rathian for the first time. Do me a huge favor, please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. I would really appreciate it. Good luck on your Pink Rathian week. May you find and have all the luck in the world for Pink Rathian, and I will see y'all on the next one.